This week we are going very sultry for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and start. Hi everyone, it's Chanel with Call Me Stylish, and I'm going to be doing a sultry Valentine's Day look, so I'm very excited about this one. So I'm just going to be going over all of the steps, and I'll do a voiceover just so that I don't keep this video too long for you guys. But I thank you so much for stopping by. As always, I upload every week, so if this is your first time, I love doing videos on makeup, skincare, and fashion. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I do truly appreciate you. So to start, I am using the Kat Von D primer, and this is in their locket. I love this one. You guys have seen me use this before, but it's just so moisturizing. I really like this, and because it was evening, I wasn't going to wear a sunblock, so this is especially really nice just to kind of prep the skin. This is Beauty Creations Concealer. I found this here in Mexico City, but you can find their line online. And then going in just to kind of brighten the top half, and then going in just with the more, over lower part on the cheekbones, just to kind of highlight and lift. I'm using Juvia's Place Concealer in number 8. And then I just love using a really cold sponge. It just helps to depuff as you're doing this so that you get the best and smoothest application on your skin. And so just kind of going around, I wanted it to be more of like just an ombre effect with the concealer. So just kind of, getting all of those just spots that are a little bit darker, and especially on my skin tone, especially being in a dark restaurant, I really wanted to highlight the face. And so it looks a little bit crazy, I do know. But now I'm going in with the NYX, the Total Drops Foundation, and this is in the color Cocoa. I love this one because it's lightweight, but it's still very buildable. But what I wanted to achieve was to just kind of put that more natural color just in those darker areas on the face, so it just kind of blended it out really well. So again, it was a little bit lighter than I wanted. I think I just kind of used a tad bit too much concealer, but at the same time, I just knew that the restaurant that I was going to be going to was going to be a little bit darker, and so I just really wanted to highlight all of those areas, especially with the overlights, just casting all of those shadows. So just going in with the Fenty powder. This one is in the color Hazelnut, so I just wanted to put, again, a lot underneath my eyes because I knew I was going to be using darker eyeshadows. So I just wanted to kind of go in and first kind of set the concealer and set my eyebrows, since those are like one of the areas that get a little bit more slick faster, and just the chin, upper lip, things like that. And then of course going back in with a little bit more because I knew I was going to be using a dark or a black eyeshadow, so I just wanted to kind of put a second layer so that it was a lot easier to do cleanup after. So just going in with my LA brows again, because I set my brows before with powder, it just kind of made it so much easier just to kind of, have this formula because it is a little bit more silky. It's a brow pomade, so I just wanted to kind of have my eyebrows set and not greasy in any way. But of course, I like to just kind of go in and just kind of set the shape of my eyebrows and then do more hair-like strokes. Just to kind of get it a little bit more fuller, because as you can see, my brows are non-existent. They're very thin. They've always been that way. But I do like the illusion of just that thicker, more youthful brow. I think that's just so attractive. So that was what I was going for. So now that I'm all set with both brows, I like to kind of go in with a spoolie and just kind of really just get those areas that you can see where I made those marks, just to make it a little bit more natural. So I like to kind of do that kind of swivel towards the corners, because I know I'm going to go back and clean all of that up. So if it starts to turn into a unibrow, it's okay. I just wanted to get the rest of the brows as natural and shaded in and filled in as possible. And so doing this technique, at least for myself, it is very helpful just so you don't have any of those like bald spots or spirit spots that you might have missed with the pencil or pomade, things like that. And then just going in with whatever brush that you like, just to kind of clean up that area. I've never been a fan of going back in with foundation just because I feel like I don't always blend it in enough. But just going in, this is the Morphe palette, and it is in the 35M. And so I'm just going to kind of go in with more of natural color as a base. So I'm just kind of mixing those two together, and I'm just going to use that just all over the brow, or sorry, not all over the brow, all over my lids, just to kind of blend that in really well. And then I'll do the same for the next side. And just going in because I'm going to be bringing that color down to the bottom of my lash line. Again, that's why the powder was so important, just so that you don't have any fall down on your face and then ruins the rest of your foundation or your makeup. So going in with a bigger, fuller brush, this look is definitely all about really blending it out. So I wanted to just get a more fluffier brush just to kind of get that all set. So for this one, I'm going in with the black color, and I wanted to start with a really fine and small brush just to kind of get it in the area precisely where I wanted it. And with this look, you can do so many different things, which I do love. You can kind of leave it as it is and just blend it out a little bit if you want something a lot more dramatic. But I definitely wanted to highlight the natural shadow that I had underneath. And so just kind of going in with another brush that's just a little bit bigger, just to kind of just start blending that in, but still trying to concentrate it on the areas of my eyelid that I wanted it to be before I start doing a full blend. And then I went in finally with a larger brush that I was using before, just to kind of really blend that in. I didn't want to take away the red undertones of the original shadow that I put underneath, but I wanted it to softly blend in with the black, but still have hints of red on top. So if you can understand where I'm coming from. So I really wanted to blend that in really well. So I went ahead and did that to both sides. And now I'm going to be going in with a little bit more of the black, and I'm just going to be adding it to the bottom lash line, and just kind of again blending that in really well. So just kind of going in with that red color I used originally, I'm taking a little bit of that and just kind of blending that in. And please forgive me, I know you guys probably hear all of that knocking. I am traveling right now and overseeing some construction that I need on a property. So you're going to hear all of that. So I figured why not just kind of do all of these editings while I have some time to oversee this other project. So it's been a little crazy, but thanks for coming along on the ride. But just kind of going in with some of that red. So just kind of bringing that, it's not so much red, it's just more of a brick color, just a little bit more natural. So I just wanted to really blend that in, and then just taking a brush and brushing away the excess. So I know it was looking a little crazy for a while, but the really nice thing is because I used so much setting powder, I really wanted to kind of just be able to set this and then be able to brush it away. And then with that is you can kind of color correct. So if you had a little bit of a lower layer of the darker color that you didn't want on your bottom lash line, this kind of helps to kind of correct that as well. So I'm going in, this is the number 70 Sephora face powder. This is one of my favorites if I'm just running out the door and I just want to touch up my face really quick, or, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of set the rest of my face. Again, I like to do one last powder set before I go out the door, just because of my T-zone. It does start to get oily, and just even with the lights in the bathroom, things like that, it starts to just get hot. And then it kind of just makes me shiny, I think. So I just like to kind of go in with one last powder touch, and just, again, clean up any other dark shadow that might have fallen on my face as well. So just going in with, this is the Sephora Big Pencil. So they have different colors, but I love the black. It is just like a nice creamy formula as an eyeliner, but I love it because it can just kind of get into just all of those spots. And because I'm using a falsie, a lash, I love to kind of lift up the lash line, just kind of really get into the corners, just so you don't see any of those spots that, you sometimes miss when you're wearing eyeshadow, or not, sorry, when you're wearing lashes. So, it's like you just have to get all corners, because I don't want to have to look up and then there's like a missing spot. And then just kind of going in with a small brush, just kind of softening that line and just really filling that in, and just adding a little bit more of that dramaticness to the eye. So I'm going in with one of my favorite mascaras. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous in the color Carbon Black. So just kind of getting all of the lashes, especially towards the end, so that it can have like a really dramatic look, because the way I'm going to be positioning my lashes, you'll kind of see it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm using the Kiss Look So Natural lashes. I just love that it has a thinner band on it. But as you can see, I'm kind of putting this on a angle. So it looks a little crazy right now, but what this is going to do is I'm going to go back in with a liquid eyeliner pencil and go in and fill in that area so that it is not noticeable. But it's just going to really lift the eye and just give it a more extreme cat eye, and that is what I'm going for this look. So you kind of see the difference, how it just kind of lifts that eye up a little bit. And so that is the look that I'm going for, and I'm super excited. So just to kind of make it easier, here is another option that you can do is before you add on your lashes, which it probably is a lot easier, is to just kind of go in and make more of a dramatic line with your lash pencil. Or I'd love to use, a felt pen, but what you can do is that just kind of helps you with the angle that you've already used with the liquid eyeliner, and just place that lash line or the lashes right on top of that lash line, so that you already have, it filled in the areas, and it just makes it easier for you to keep track of where exactly you want that placement to go. Just going in with an eyelash curler, definitely want to curl the falsies just to kind of give them a more natural look, and it'll be a lot more lifted as well.
So just going in just to finish up, I love the Fenty Pro Filter. This is in the number 460, but it has a little bit more of a red tone to it. So with this look, I didn't go in too much with any of the blushes because this has like red undertones and it just really gave color to the face. And so I just love how this powder is. And as it says, Pro Filter, it definitely blurs pores and it just looks completely seamless all over the face. So this mascara is an oldie but goodie. It is in the color Siren and it is by MAC Cosmetics and it's amazing. It has like this deep burgundy color and I love it because you can use it as a blush, but you can also use it as just a really light contour. So you can just kind of see where I place that just to kind of lift the cheekbones and everything, but it's nothing too strong of a look. So I love this because I can just use a bigger eyeshadow brush and just really just contour in the light areas by the nose, just to kind of snatch that up a little bit, but nothing too drastic. And then of course the cheekbones as well. And I'm going in with Il Makiage highlighter. So I know this company is available only online, but they have some amazing products. But I just loved the natural look of this highlighter because it just has so many colors mixed in. It works for all skin tones. And then of course, just kind of going over the apples of your cheeks just to really highlight all of that. And then for just the most dramatic part of this look, I am using the Maybelline Vinyl Lipstick, and this is in the color Wicked. So, since I am here overseeing a project, it was a chance for me to come back up to the States and stock up on some more colors, which I can't wait to share with you guys, and different like makeups and things like that. So, I'm really getting into wearing a lot more red lipstick, which I'm very excited about. I just love how it frames the face, it just gives this daring and amazing makeup look. And this formula is just, it's nice. It goes on very smooth, a lot more wet, but kind of when it dries, it's almost like a matte or just a long wear lipstick, which I am absolutely in love with. And going in with one of my favorite setting sprays, this is by Urban Decay and it is amazing for oily skin. So just spraying that in and then patting it so that it can really blend into the skin.
I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. But I loved spending this time with you guys. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this one. This is one of my favorite looks for sure. Happy Valentine's Day.